Well, if you're not already adequately depressed over this weather recently, Brendan has pulled up a photo to make sure you get there.
Yeah, this is it. This is what we've got. However, I know that it's so dreary and drab that the best thing I can say, right here, no snow, best part of the forecast.
All right.
Brendan, let's start with you. There was a good reason that today was a first alert day, as it turns out.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, John. You know, the low levels of the atmosphere, a lot of changing wind direction and speed, allowing some of these thunderstorms that popped up to begin to rotate. The basement is the best place to be. Couple other headlines for you. Windows, avoid them, en route to your safe spot and in your safe spot. And another thing that people don't really think about, you really want to take some time to protect your head and neck. So grab some pillows, a helmet, even pots and pans. It might seem silly, but those are some items that you can grab in a pinch on your way to that safe spot to protect your head and neck. There aren't any mountains anywhere near Madison, but for a brief time on Wednesday morning, it sure looked that way. This is not an image of a cloud, and it wasn't photoshopped. It turns out the atmosphere was playing a trick on all of our eyes. As soon as we start to see objects of different sizes and shapes floating in the atmosphere, the radar's like, oh wait, that's not a raindrop, that's not a hailstone, that's something that doesn't belong there. That's something that might be being lofted by an area of rotation. So if it's co-located with an area of rotation, that can indicate that we've got flying debris. And that's one of the steps that we look at when we're looking at tornado debris signatures, and that increases the confidence that there would be a tornado on the ground. Those cumulus clouds can burst right through that layer of warm air, vertically develop into a few strong and potentially severe thunderstorms. We're actually able to see what genes are responsible for making those daddy long legs long-legged. I mean, John, imagine if you had fingers with, 60, 70 sets of knuckles, and you could just kind of wrap your arms around things and...
I can't imagine. That's crazy, and there's so much fascinating research going on at the university.
Yeah. Got northeast winds coming off of Lake Michigan. You got to remember that we've got a lot of cold air that's being drawn into the upper levels of the atmosphere. But the other thing happening, this rain, it's falling. It's evaporating as it falls, and that in and of itself is something that actually cools the surrounding atmosphere. So all that said, it looks like we could have this wintry mix set up. Madison points north and west, mainly rain for those of us near the state line in southeast Wisconsin. A study that came from the University of South Australia, it found that long-term consumption, heavy consumption of certain types of coffee, that's 6 or more cups a day, that's 3 grandes, 2 ventis from Starbucks, it can increase your risk for heart problems. Now, it all has to do with what's called plasma lipid profiles. That's a fancy phrase for cholesterol and fats in your bloodstream. Mostly scattered showers out there. I can't rule out some thunder, and that would probably be where we're getting towards that cancellation if they had to. The severe weather threat, though, in the afternoon, evening. I saw somebody commented prom pictures. Keep an eye on that radar. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the wind probably not going to be good for the hair. Yeah, take it inside if you can.
Now, your first alert forecast from NBC 15.
All right, we are keeping our eyes on our next weather maker arriving in the neighborhood tomorrow afternoon and evening. We're talking scattered showers, maybe an embedded rumble of thunder in there, but overall, just going to be some rain. Some of us might see a little bit more of that rain. It's going to be especially so for Madison down to the state line as low pressure passes by to our south. But there's one thing that probably we haven't talked a whole lot about. It's going to be windy. With low pressure so close to us, those pressure lines are going to be a little bit more compacted. So those easterly winds, you'll notice them pick up tomorrow, and we could have gusts on the order of 25 to 35 miles an hour. All this happening because of developing low pressure. It'll get its bearings tomorrow afternoon, passing by through central Illinois, but you saw those bands pushing from south to north into Wisconsin. But by Monday afternoon and certainly into Tuesday, we'll start to see that sky clear out. So overall, the rain chances for tomorrow into Monday mainly confined to the state line. We've got our best chance from Madison down to the Illinois-Wisconsin state line. Now, that doesn't mean those near Madison or points north aren't going to see rain tomorrow. You probably will, but you're not going to see as much, and it probably won't be as heavy. The bulk of the rain is certainly going to fall south of the capital region. So tonight we'll start to see those increasing clouds. Still have an opportunity for a clear sky out there for the first bit of the overnight. That's going to allow those temperatures to fall back into the 30s. But because of this cloud cover, that'll keep the temperatures from crashing. We'll see the first batch of rain get in during the early afternoon, perhaps as early as lunchtime from the south and southwest, spreading over southern Wisconsin as the afternoon and evening wear on. But notice how there's a pretty sharp cutoff here. If you go north of Adams and Juneau counties, you really don't get a whole lot of rain. Again, most of it is confined to Madison down to the state line, and certainly could have some heavier downpours in there, some more steady showers at times before everything pushes out of here by Monday, late morning into the early afternoon, and we're left with an overall clearing sky. In terms of rainfall totals, maybe upwards of an inch if you get under a heavier shower, but look at the cutoff here from Baraboo, maybe getting close to half of an inch, maybe just a couple hundredths of an inch up towards Montello, Camp Douglas. The other thing is the wind. It will be picking up tomorrow, gusts on the order of 25 to 35 miles an hour during the evening, overnight into early Monday, and those winds will calm down as we head into Monday afternoon once that system passes. Made it up to 52 today after a morning low of 31 in Madison. It's a departure from the average, and we saw a lot of sunshine. It was a beautiful fall day, very mild for us this time of year, but it will be another chilly night ahead. Temperatures falling back into the mid-30s tonight. A couple of upper 20s can't be ruled out. We'll bring an end to the rain chances on our Monday into Tuesday, but bringing them back up on Wednesday into Thursday, especially as another system makes its way towards us. Highs in the middle of next week, topping out in the mid-50s.